limited. Business is risky. And if you want to make money, you'd better work harder than everyone else or you'll fall behind. That belief feels normal, almost invisible because it's been repeated since childhood. But what if that story isn't just incomplete? What if it's fundamentally wrong? Here's the uncomfortable truth. The Bible never teaches that money is scarce. Yet millions of believers live trapped in anxiety, debt, and constant financial pressure, convinced that lack is spiritual and struggle is noble. That contradiction alone should raise a red flag. Because if God is abundant, creative, and limitless, why would his system of provision operate on fear and shortage? This is where things get controversial. What if scarcity isn't a natural condition at all, but a learned belief? What if money feels powerful not because it's rare, but because it's been framed that way? Once you begin to see how belief, business, and financial systems intersect, you realize that most people aren't poor because they lack opportunity. They're poor because they were taught the wrong story about money. If you've ever worked hard, prayed faithfully, and still wondered why finances felt heavy, this conversation is for you, not to promise quick riches, but to expose a deeper truth that reshapes how you think, decide, and act. Because when belief changes, behavior follows, and results don't take long to respond. If you like our content, consider supporting our ministry through the link in the description. What you're about to hear isn't about rebellion, greed, or chasing wealth. It's about alignment, about seeing money, business, and the ability to make money through the lens Scripture has always offered. But few have ever explained clearly. Money was never the problem. The real issue is belief. Money has never been the real problem, even though most people swear it is. The deeper issue has always been belief, the quiet assumptions people carry about money, business, and what it really takes to make money. Scripture shows that before coins, banks, or markets existed, provision already did. In Genesis, God creates abundance first, then places humanity inside it. The problem didn't start with money itself, but with how the human heart learned to see it. Throughout the Bible, scarcity is rarely presented as a lack of resources. It's presented as a lack of trust. When Israel stood in the wilderness, manna fell daily, yet fear still dominated their thinking. Exodus 16 reveals something powerful. Provision was constant, but belief was fragile. That same pattern repeats today in modern business and finance. People don't fail because money disappears, but because belief collapses under pressure. From a financial education perspective, belief always precedes behavior. Proverbs 23:7 says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." If someone believes money is scarce, they'll hoard, panic, or chase risky shortcuts to make money. If someone believes provision flows through wisdom and stewardship, they'll build patiently. This is why two people with the same income can end up in completely different financial outcomes. Look at Jesus' teachings and notice something subtle. He never taught people to fear lack. He warned them about fear itself. In Matthew 6, Jesus says, "Do not worry," then asks, "Is not life more than food?" He wasn't dismissing practical needs. He was exposing the belief system underneath them. Worry reveals where trust has shifted from God to money, from provision to control. In real life, this belief shift shows up in business decisions every day. Someone refuses to invest in learning, books, or skills because they can't afford it, yet continues losing money through poor choices. A wiser approach might be reading Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and books like The Richest Man in Babylon, aligning ancient wisdom with modern finance. Belief shapes action long before results appear. This